Man United 2, Liverpool 4. 3 games left. Bring forward the next one. Bastard. That's what I'm saying. Bring them forward now. Because we're here. We're here. Do you know what I mean? Listen, Man United caught licks today, and it was very, very, very pleasant. I've said this to you lot before. I'm a Liverpool fan. I want Liverpool to win, of course. If Liverpool get the top 4, it's a burglary, and it makes a mockery of the Premier League. But at the same time, I obviously want I would like my team to be in the Champions League. If they deserve it or not is another story. But hey, we here, yeah, we on deck. That's what I'd say, yeah. The performance, I thought, I liked what I saw. I ain't gonna lie to you, I liked what I saw today. I felt there was a little bit of aggression about us. I thought the goal that they conceded at the beginning to go 1-0 down was a little bit disappointing because I thought Nat was probably positionally was wrong. Then it was a bit of a, you know, I don't know what you. I didn't really know how you can describe that. Just throwing a lazy leg at it to go in, but the reaction to then be leading and then going and put four, they could have scored like 5 or 6. I thought that's the only thing I would say would be disappointing. But 3 points, which was a very, very big 3 points, and now I guess it's like if you've got the bottle, then this is it. This is the time to show it.
I think as the league, the whole league for Liverpool this year has been a shambles, which my brother just said. Beating these guys and getting one over them is always feels good. So I think this game came towards the end of the season and we got the win. Super buzzing, happy because the way the season's gone. I mean, Man United gave away the 3 points last time to Leicester. I don't know if it was to put a boot into Liverpool's chances in the top 4, or if it's that they're actually thinking about the games ahead and whatnot. And I don't know, now you look at it, was it really worth it based on that performance? For United, looked very, very flat today. I mean, don't get me wrong, Liverpool did some really good things, just like brother said, in terms of pressing. I thought it was amazing today. Some standout.
Aggressive. They were aggressive.
Very, very aggressive. And I think, but also that Man United didn't do much, let's be honest.
I don't think Liverpool let them do much today, if I've been honest. And just to jump in on your point there, is about, you know, Man United and the whole Leicester thing. Now, I have a slightly different perspective on it. If they want to change their team and put 11 different players on there because they've got 3 games in the space of a couple of days each, I've got no problems with that. I have no problems with that whatsoever. Yeah?
If fictionist is a joke.
If there's Liverpool fans out there saying, oh yeah, they cost us the Champions League. No, they didn't. We cost us the Champions League spot. We got tucked in by Fulham. We got tucked in by Burnley. We're the ones that lost 7 or 8 games on the bounce. Lost 7 or 8 games on the bounce. It's nothing to do with them. They're on their own journey. They're doing their own thing. They got a Europa League final, and they've got a lot of games to play. So as far as I'm concerned, do what you want. You've earned that luxury. You've earned that right. If the people are saying, "Oh yeah, they're bringing the league into disrepute," well, if the league's already been brought into disrepute with the amount of fixtures you're asking these players to play, I watched Chelsea play yesterday against Arsenal. Arsenal beat them. Arsenal did nothing, but got a gift, scored the goal, boom, game done. I felt for Chelsea. I thought they've had every game for the last 3 weeks. I can think off the top of my head. Chelsea, it's a must-win. It's a must-win. Players are going to burn out. Then they've got to go to European Championships. Now, you're talking about Mental Health Awareness Week. Please be talking to these football players. Yes, I know they're getting paid big money. I get that. But if someone paid you big money to do your job, you're still going to be like, mate, it's taking its toll. Do you know what I mean? Because some of these players, what they're being asked to do at this moment in time, as far as I'm concerned, is a disgrace. And if you're going to say that the clubs are putting their league into disrepute, the league is putting these players and their well-being into disrepute, it's not acceptable. It's my personal opinion. So for Man United, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, do you?
100%. I think there's no blame on that. I'm not trying to say that they are affecting Liverpool's top 4. That's on them. Like I said, they've been shit all season. But today, like I said, let's tick on the positives. Now you just have to look at every single game as it comes. I'm hoping this gives the right kind of kick up the arse that Liverpool need to finish strong. If they don't finish strong even from here, like I said, I won't be surprised. I was there, we was talking during the game thinking, do we see Liverpool even going over the line? Do you see Liverpool crossing over the line and holding out the win? But like I said, the counter-attack was always there. The chances were always there for Liverpool to go and close it and put the game to bed. And which they did in the end. But like, as I said, Man United, they were off it. And Keane went in on them today again. And once again, I think it was harsh. I'm not here trying to defend Man United. I hate Man United to the core. But you can't 1 minute say United are doing well, praise them, and the next minute not just say today was a bad game and didn't turn up, but literally go hell for leather. There are things that he said that I do agree with, because I've been saying this for a long time to United fans because they believe that this season they finish second and next season will be a different season in terms of they'll be more competitive. Nah. This is where I do believe that United fans are a bit delusional. This season alone, don't think that next season you're going to be there mixing with Man City. This is my personal opinion. I could be wrong, but you will not be mixing with Man City. When the season returns back to normal, you will not be there. And I think Keane mentioned some of these points. The gap between the two teams, I'm not talking about Liverpool, I'm talking about Man City, who are the champions. The gap between them is too far.
And I think the other point that they made was that they finished second, but it's not like they finished second like Liverpool, Man City when it was nip and tuck to the last game of the season.
It was done ages ago.
This was done months ago. Last season, done months ago, right? So that's where I do agree with what they're saying. But what I will also say is that for Man United, they were miles off it. They were in Arsenal's territory.
What, today?
No, a couple of seasons ago, to where they are today. So
yeah.
You got to think there's two sides to the coin. But what I will say is Harry Maguire. Now, a lot of people love to talk a lot of smack about Harry Maguire. I don't think he's the real deal. I don't think he's the best. I don't think he's in the bracket of your Diaz's and your Van Dijks and whatever. But when he doesn't play for Man United, they are a shambles at the back. They had to play out today. They were the root of their own problems. So when and I know you say, oh yeah, Man United weren't at it today. It's because he went at the back. As far as I'm concerned, because their backbone was missing today. Henderson looked a lot more exposed because you ain't got him in front of you. The midfield, you're asking Fred to get on the ball consistently. When Harry Maguire's there, he can drive out with the ball and he can hit Pogba and he can hit. Man United still look like scoring at any opportunity today. They still look like they could score at any moment. The only problem came was when they tried to play, and that's without Maguire. And now the only reason I'm bringing that up is because I know a lot of people like to talk smack about Maguire, saying he's not quick enough, he's not this, he's not that. But you forget what he does do for that team, just like England. And then that's where it comes to my interest, because England without Maguire are fucking nowhere. And I don't really think Maguire's a real deal, but he's better than what we have, and he's much better than what Man United have. Manchester United's second string it was like Liverpool's. It's shit. It's very bad, and that's why Man United are nowhere near Man City or Chelsea. That's why I say the Maguire thing. A lot of people like to say Maguire's nowhere near the real deal, but without him, they are nowhere.
The reason why I'm smiling because I can just imagine people turning in their seats right now, listening to you, because what you're saying is spot on. The amount of people that go after Maguire, I know loads. I'm talking about Man United fans as well. I'm not talking about just people who are neutral. I'm talking about Man United fans. The way they go for him. I'm with you on this one. I don't think Maguire is the best, but for me, if you look amongst all the centre-backs in the Premier League,
he's right up there.
He's up there.
No, he's right up there, mate.
Well, you just mentioned Van Dijk and Diaz and all these Donnies here, but Maguire is one of the best defenders in the Premier League. And people might be thinking, what the hell are these all talking about? But it's just facts, and today proved it. But the thing that I wanted to flip that with is that I saw Man United fans saying that the reason why we lost today is because we had injuries about Maguire. Don't talk to me about
this
injuries.
Is the wrong audience.
It's the wrong audience. It's the wrong day. Like Liverpool, I can't remember the last time Liverpool went to Old Trafford and won. We have just turned up to Old Trafford, or Klopp has, with Nat Phillips and Reece Williams as centre back. That's first, second, third, fourth choice, fifth choice maybe, who are not available. So don't come to me about saying you ain't got Maguire and suddenly
that's what highlights Roy Keane.
That riled me up.
That kind of highlight Roy Keane's point. It's like, oh yeah, there's injuries. Well, if that's what your problem is, then this season you've been very lucky with injuries. What about next season if you have a Liverpool-esque type situation? Then where would the Man United be? So that's where I look at it. And I know people say that to us. Oh yeah, but other teams, we are nowhere this season. Where we are in the league at the moment is just a reflection of how bad other teams have been also. But we are nowhere. And that's where I'll turn around and say, like, Maguire, appreciate what you got because he's a lot better than what people say. And that's the one thing I want to say about Maguire, because they tried to play out today. By good defender, not a good ball player. Lindelof is nothing without someone else next to him. The goalkeeper, I saw people blaming him for the defeat today. What are you talking about?
That baffled me.
What are you talking about? Nonsense.
That baffled me. But the other thing as well, I think Keane touched on it as well, was the substitution. You're looking for a goal and you bring on Matic. I said to him, because he was doing his shoelaces, I was thinking, who's he bringing on? I thought, is that Matic? So that was baffling. Rashford, for me, was missing. I said to him as well, I goes, yes, he scored the goal and he took that very well, But throughout the whole first half, he was missing. And of course, as a striker, you turn up on those moments, right? But non-existent. And I saw a stat saying, a silly stat, of course, Bobby Firmino has got more goals at Old Trafford than Martial. You know, that's something that needs to be addressed from Man United fans in terms of Martial and how he fits in. But moving on to our side is Bobby Firmino. Like today,
I'm so happy for the Don because, like I said,
it wasn't just the goals today, by the way.
It's the performance.
Some of his touches were ridiculous, bro. I know we know this already about Firmino, but mate, he took his goals very well. He had Pogba swimming in the back there.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Pogba for me, that's the one that I would point out today. If I was a Manchester United fan, or if Pogba was a Liverpool player and he put in that sort of performance today, that's where people get onto him because he's so luxury. He does things and you think, oh, hey, baller, and you know we've done it ourselves. He does something, you go, hey, but then the rest of it, you look at it and think, what are you doing? What are you doing? Do you know what I mean? You don't care. You don't want to track back. Fernandes, I've said this before as well. Fernandes is twice the player as Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba has all the ability. Fernandes has the bite, determination, whatever. But Firmino today, he's had a lot of doubters, us included. We were a bit like, maybe the time's done for this guy. But today, 2 goals, the head at the back post, boom, right? Big boy header. Then the touches in between, then to take that goal. He needed that performance today, and boy, he turned one in today. He turned in a big performance today.
The topic I want to touch on is Mane. Now, everyone I think has seen it. He didn't shake Klopp's hand at the end of the game. What are you doing? Are you mad? The thing is, I'm not a ball player. I'm not a footballer. Whatever. I don't get it. I really don't get it. You haven't been selected. We've won the game. If we haven't won the game, and we haven't turned up, and you're pissed thinking I could have done better, all right, I may be able to understand it. We've won the game. We've played well. And you're out here just throwing your hands about. Please explain to me. Do you see any reason for why he's doing that? And I know I don't want to blow it out of proportion because it is just heat at the moment. I'm sure it'll be addressed, and I'm sure he'll apologise and say, "Listen, rare, you know what," and we'll move on. But come on, man.
I just think, again, I can only speak about certain level that I've sort of played in different sports like cricket and football. But I know, for me personally, when the coach doesn't take the time to speak to me about if I'm not playing and I've been in possession of the shirt and I don't have that correspondence, I'm not happy. I'll be honest with you. I'm not happy. But you don't. Different people, horses for courses, I guess. But I would never react like that. I would never not shake my manager's hand because I think for me that's catty. And it's like, hold on a minute. It's not like you've been pulling up trees either. Do you know what I mean? You've been struggling, cuz. So we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Maybe he was told he was playing and then they've had a late change.
That's what he said, I think, didn't he?
Yeah, and if that is the case, then yeah, okay, I understand that you'll be upset and maybe a little bit irate, but at the same time, I don't think that reaction is justified, especially for the whole world to see. Because it's not like this is a game in front of 20 to 50 people watching. This is millions watching around the world, and everyone's seen that now. And social media, you don't get away from it. So, you know, I don't know. It's not a strong look, and it disappoints me because we always like to love up Mane and whatever, but that stinks. If Salah did that, we'd be pissed. So
mate, I think I saw someone say, you know, if someone like Raheem Sterling had done that, it would be blown out everywhere. Like, because people think that, you know, you go for Raheem Sterling. So we want to keep the same energy here. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're big fans of Mane, but that's not on. You know, and
it's actually pathetic. It's pathetic.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's just because it's Mane, because it's Liverpool, we're not going to defend it and just ignore it. What he did there was a shambles for me. So if anyone has got any justification for it, and you think is it being blown out of proportion? But I was so disappointed to see that. I thought his character was different than that. But you know, like I said, I'm
sure there was other stuff will come out in the wash with that as well. So,
yeah. Talking of top performances, Trent, boy. Like, we always talk about Trent, about defensively. Today, the guy was everywhere. Everywhere. Everywhere I looked, left, right, attack, defence. Mate, head and shoulders today. You knew we normally ask the question, who do you thought man of the match was today? By far, it was Trent. No one even came close to Trent today. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think Gary never touched on it as well about, you know, when we weren't in possession of the ball, what he was doing, riling up the troops and that. Trent, mate, hats off. Great performance.
Yeah, and we've always said this on here, is that if there's credit where credit's due, and it was huge credit today, and I think that the whole England thing seems to have ignited him a little bit to kind of, you know, really to think, you know what, I really need to do something.
Southgate was there as well.
Yeah, Southgate was there, but also we've seen a lot of Reece James lately. Look, listen, he does look a good player. There's no two ways about it. I'm still, and I've said this to you many times before. I watched Wan-Bissaka today, and I'm like, people are telling me this guy can't get forward. Listen, I'm sorry. I think there's a vendetta, and I don't think Southgate rates him for whatever reason. But if I was Wan-Bissaka, go play for somebody else, because you should not be disrespected the way you are. And Trent has to be playing for England, because what he can do going forward is brilliant. Defensively, you know what you're going to get. It's hit and miss. He can defend. It's not that he can't do it, but he's not going to be someone that's going to be defence first. But what he can do going that way is, today was an example of that. And, it was...
But I'm also beginning to think, like I just said, like, he was everywhere. That's, I think, is...
His calling is playing midfield, basically, what you're saying.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying, but that's what's actually maybe affecting his defence. He's just doing too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To go forward, run back, and then suddenly you expect to be one-on-one with a winger, and then have the legs to...
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
You're just asking the player to do too much.
Yeah. Or it might be a positional change. Carragher's talked about it for a while, that, to get him into that midfield three and stuff like that. I don't think he's got his feet are quick enough to play in that position, but, maybe it's something that's food for thought. So, but yeah, he was fantastic today. We can't really get away from it. We have
You
to
knew where I was going as soon as I blew my lips there. Like, VAR, bro. Decisions. Ref. Does the goal... I mean, the penalty, first of all. We discussed this, and we both agreed that it wasn't a penalty back in the day. Well, actually, you still stick by it, don't you? You still think that it wasn't a penalty.
And I called it I called it straight away, didn't I?
And the thing is, I agreed... What I'm trying to say is I agreed with you initially. I was like, you know what? Back in the day, that's a clear challenge. You won the ball, you took the player, whatever, but you won the ball. But I said to him, but in today's pussy-ass age of football, I said, it's a penalty. 100%. And I looked at the replay, I was like, yeah, it's a penalty. He's won the ball fair, but he's just one player. And I was like, and you've seen the fouls given constantly. And that's why, and that's what I was saying. It's like,
this is where, like, I called it straight away, not foul, no foul. I've done that myself a lot. That's how I go in for my tackles. If I know I'm winning the ball, someone's getting clarted as well. If I can clart someone whilst winning the ball, I'm clarting.
And I'm down with that. But the game has changed.
Exactly that. And the only thing I can keep going back to, and I literally cannot get away from it, is Liverpool played against Brighton, and Danny Welbeck had his toe clipped. They stopped the game. It was miles gone. They stopped the game to come back to say, yeah, he clipped his toe. Now, if you got to hold that energy. VAR has to hold that energy. I'm sorry, it annoys me. That is... Why do we use it? Why are we using it? Because it's just not working. It's not working. All season we've been seeing these dumb-y decisions. For me, that's not a penalty today. It's not a penalty. But then 60% of the penalties that have been given this year are not penalties. So hold that energy. Don't just change it now. Because be like, you know what? We got cussed when we gave that one. No, because Liverpool was still on the receiving end of about 3-4 of those decisions. So don't just be like, oh, you know what? Fuck it, because it's gone now. No, hold that energy, because it should level itself out. That, for me, today, it's not a foul. But if you've been... Liverpool dropped points against Brighton because of that decision alone. And it was a pussy-ass decision in comparison to what today's was. So for me, VAR, it does not work. It doesn't work. It's terrible.
And then going on that topic is McTominay. Everyone knows where I'm going with that one. He got booked, and then he blatantly fouls.
He fell, but he grabbed matey.
He grabbed matey, tripped, whatever.
And everyone heard the commentator.
He's in trouble here. He's in trouble.
He's a lucky boy. How is it still down to luck? Do you know what I'm saying?
And like you said, where was VAR in that situation? What? Like I said, for me, it's like you see it's because they're still humans, right? They're still sat there. They're just there dunking their biscuits. Yeah, they're literally dunking their biscuits and think,
my hands are sticky. I'm gonna get on the buttons and allow it.
it's one of those. It's like,
no. It's cool.
it's like that.
No. It's cool.
It's literally that, bro. It's like we're looking at each other. It's like, where's VAR now? Because that's your job. That's for those 90 minutes. That's what you got to do. But nah, they just allowed it. It's baffling. And I said, I think everyone knows this. I think we are all united at this in this topic. I think the whole league, the whole country is united on this one thing. There may be very different topics around the world that we don't agree on, but one thing is that VAR is a joke. It is shit. And it needs to be changed.
It's actually...
And it hasn't worked.
Yeah. It's failed. And it's also talking about the decisions like like throw-ons and corners and things like that. Where, if you be truth be told, that's where VAR. How hard is it to be like, yo, brother, you got that one wrong. It's not a corner, it's a goal kick. Safe, boom. Yeah, my bad.
And
Yeah,
that's
it. That's where I think VAR should be useful.
They're too busy dunking the biscuits, bro.
Don't want to get the button sticky, innit?
That's what I'm saying. They don't want to get too involved.
Nah, it's mad. But like I said, on the whole, I take great satisfaction in slapping United because we've been terrible this season. So I take great pleasure in that.
And the thing is, United have lost to a very shit performing Liverpool team, like in this whole year. So make that of what you will.
Yeah, but
it was a great performance.
Yeah, but
what I'm saying is we're at our lowest right now.
But yeah, which is
next season,
which is fact.
We're coming.
But what I will say is also, is from a Man United's perspective, I think we know this as well because Liverpool did it, didn't they? Do you know when you know that league? There's nothing really on it anymore. Like yes, we've got a final coming up, but whatever happens here don't make no difference now, does it? Who cares? A lot of players have got their heads on that final, don't want to get injured and whatever. So I understand it. They got nothing riding on this game.
You say that, but I think if you look at their face, you could tell by the face. You could tell by Ole's face. He was bothered, and I think this game, as I said, I don't care what. Even when Man United were at the top of the league doing what they're doing, we were like 8th and 7th. This game was always the most important to me, and regardless, regardless of what's coming. I'm sure United fans are going to be pissed today of losing.
I don't necessarily think Man United fans are going to take too much. Yes, it will hurt. This will be like a paper cut.
Let us know in the comments.
It'll be a paper cut. You know when the ones that you get up here? You know the ones up here? You know when they're real sensitive? Those paper. It's going to be like, but it's going to be like, yo, allow it because it's not, it ain't broken or nothing, is it?
Bro, going into the final of losing back-to-back games is not what you want. Do you know what I mean? You want to keep up the momentum going. And I just think this will harm the morale a little bit, but I don't know. The Villarreal is going to be a tough game. You know what I mean? Like, Emery, you may make him a meme or whatever, but he knows how to win finals.
Do you know what I will say? If I was Van der Beek, pissed.
He's getting buoyed differently.
Imagine that, innit? You know when they said, all right, okay, right, we're going to take Bayer off. He's like that, innit? Excuse me, lads. And Ole's like, not you, bruv. Put your jacket back on. Matic. He'd been like that, innit? Nah, I never knew that.
Yeah, but I'm missing something there. I mean, if Man United fans are watching, let us know what we've missed because he's getting buoyed differently. Matic.
You're losing as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not saying Matic is a bad player. He's a good player at what he does. But you're looking for goals out here, cuz.
You're taking off a centre back and you're putting on a holding midfielder to play with another holding midfielder in McTominay. When Van der Beek's like that, allow it. You know when your boys think, oh no, hopefully no one saw that, innit? You know that, innit? Looking around, did anyone see me get up there? Nah, Pete. Safe.
The man of the match is not even a debate. As I said, it's done. Trent, hands down. But that's our take.
A lot of topics covered there. Man United fans, what you thinking? Liverpool fans, what you thinking? Top 4. Do we deserve it? Do you think they deserve it?
Do you think it will get it?
Do you think it will get it? Man United, does that leave you lot in a good space for the final? Performances, Trent, thoughts on Trent? Firmino's back in business. And Man United without Maguire. What are you saying? If Maguire's not fit for England, what are we saying? Because boy, I ain't looking forward to watching Stones and them man running around with legs like treacle. So let us know your thoughts in the comments. But yeah, don't forget to share, like, subscribe. Definitely comment. And yeah. Look forward to catching up with you boys in the next video.